How's everybody doing, man?
Yeah!
Great. Good. So I opted in not to get an abortion, so I have a kid. Which is great, man, but the problem is, like, I also like to smoke weed, but we gotta be responsible, right? So I gotta wait till she's in bed. So every night, put her to bed, go downstairs, get fried with my fiance, things are great. Right, except for the other night. Put her to bed, getting fried, she starts screaming. She's like, Dad! I'm like, what the fuck? So I run downstairs, I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, there's a monster in the closet. And I was like, ah, fuck! So I'm like, shit. So I go and I grab a blanket and I jump on top of it, right? And I'm like, get your arms and legs in this fucking blanket. If they're out, you're gonna be taken. This fucking blanket. So then I hit up my fiance on FaceTime. I'm like, hey, you gotta come down here, baby. You gotta open up this, you gotta close this door, man. There's a monster in there. I'm freaking the fuck out. She was like, I'm so fried, I can't move. And then her phone died, so I was like, fuck, the monster got her. So I'm like just laying there, and I'm like, oh man, it was like everything's gonna be fine. I was so high, passed out, I don't know what happened afterwards. But moral of that story is, like, she never called me downstairs again for a monster problem. She's not gonna deal with my shit. Looks like there's a lot of couples here tonight. Right, up back there on the couch.
Yeah!
You two? No? Not you two? Alright. So I try to do a couple things, right? But it's hard. We don't have a lot of similar taste. Let's put it that way, right? And I know once a month she's always like, let's go to Michael's. And that trip's always paired with, like, let's stop at Giant and get tampons. And I'm like, dude, that's my favorite thing to do. Right? I was brainstorming. I was like, brain blast. I was like, all right, let's go to Michael's. Let's get this stuff to make tampons. We can do this together. It'd be like a group project. Right, so then I'm like, all right, cool. All right, what do we need? We need some gauze, we need cotton, string. We need string, I think that's how that works. And we need something to put it in, right? I was like, what about like a fucking kazoo? Hear me out. Hear me out. Now, ladies, if you're having a bad day, right, and you use these Pat Brogan homemade tampons, patent pending, you put it up, you pull it down, it's like, whoop! You're gonna laugh. Like, you're gonna have a shitty day, you're gonna have a good time there. And men, it's like the fucking air raid silent, like that Silent Hill alarm to get your shit together. You hear, whoop! You better get your shit clean. If you already clean, clean again. Pick up chocolates and flowers, like hunker down, man, because you know you got a week to get through this. All right, everybody, let's keep it going for our next meeting. All right, Jamie Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Feel my way through the dark.
How we doing? Nice. We doing abortion jokes?
Yeah!
That's too bad. I got rid of mine. I recently got back from Florida. You can probably tell because of all this color. Red. I had a coworker tell me the other day that I look sun-kissed, and I was like, we don't have to do this. Lie to each other like this. I got a fair Irish complexion, so what happens between me and the sun is very rough. There's no kissing allowed. Or eye contact. During an eclipse? Yeah, especially during eclipse. Now, y'all may get sun-kissed, I'm getting sun-pegged out here. Trying to add that to everyone's vocabulary. See someone's like, damn, dude, you look sun-pegged. I'm like, yeah, I was asking for it. You should have seen what I was wearing, dude. Sleeveless. Alright. I saw my ex-girlfriend in Florida. That was cool. She's a veterinarian, so she likes to tell me a lot of facts about animals that I'd say are pretty useless. The other day she was like, hey, did you know that if you see a hippo in the wild, you can't outrun or outswim it? And I was like, hey, did you know I was in therapy for 2 years after we broke up? She's like, oh, but you can tranquilize a hippo. I was like, thank you. For my next safari, I will bring so much ketamine. I'll prescribe a bunch. About to chop my head off. I'm like, whoa, hey, have you heard the new Tame Impala album? It's amazing. We a ketamine crowd here? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, okay, cool. I've done it. That's we'll get it out there. And my friend asked me, he was like, yo, what is ketamine like? I'm like, all right, well, it's a horse tranquilizer. But I'll let you in on a little secret. It works great on people. You guys know that's every drug, right? My dog got prescribed Xanax once. I was like, guess who just got prescribed Xanax? Me. My buddy took issue with that. He was like, what do you need Xanax for? I was like, well, A, my dog's fucking annoying. No, shut the fuck up. Alright, okay. We'll stop talking about X's and animals. Here's something. Why are dwarves mythical creatures? That seems uninspired and a little fucked up, right? That's a disability, not your bedtime story. Snow White and the 7 regular old guys who work in a mine. How about that, you ableist fucks? It feels like there were 3 medieval adventurers all bragging to each other one day, and one's like, "Ew, you ever seen a mermaid? They're half woman, half fish, and they lure you to the depths with their siren song." The next dude's like, "Huh, no, but I've slain a dragon. Big flying lizard that breathes fire." The third guy's like, "Oh, you'll love this. I saw, like, a short kind of... You mean a child? Nope." He had a beard. Couldn't have done that, could it? Just a little person. I don't think we should call him that for another few hundred years. This was a dwarf. He lives in caves and eats rocks. Yeah, dude, alright. We don't want to talk about this. No, oh my god, it's only dumb jokes from here on out. I know a plumber. Buckle up. I had a plumber come to my house recently, and he was like, "Hey man, you gotta fix this leaky pipe or it's gonna do a lot of water damage to your house." And I said, "Sir, I don't think that's a problem at all. My house is not a fire type, so it won't be very effective." I gotta stop doing jokes that bombed in front of my plumber, dude. What do we all do for work here? Plum by any chance? So I was working some shit with him that fucking killed, right? Real plumber jokes. You know what I hate? Turtles, dude. They're always stealing princesses and causing a general ruckus in the Mushroom Kingdom. This joke was sponsored by Nintendo. We all got our wisdom teeth in here? Weird. Grow up, dude. I got my wisdom teeth taken out 2 years ago, and fun fact, sometimes they give you the teeth to like keep. I was like, thank you. I don't know what to, like, I'm a little old for the tooth fairy, so I crushed them up into a fine powder and snorted them to absorb the wisdom, dude. 9 out of 10 dentists are trying to make me a fucking dumbass. That's not gonna work. Keeping all this in my body, all natural, baby. So, alright, COVID's like over, right?
Yeah, over.
Alright. But this happened before. You guys remember there was like 4 weeks last year when everyone was like, "Yo, we're free again," right? That was fun. That was all the freedom it took for me to get a tattoo. My first tattoo. I didn't even plan it either. I was just drinking with my friends, like, "Yo, you know what we should go do?" I was like, make permanent decisions, probably. To take out a mortgage, dude. Oh yeah, you guys want to see my tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, show us.
Waiting by the bathroom after this, bring cash and an attitude for that. I got my tattoo on my upper back, and when I told the artist that's where I wanted it, she's like, "Ooh, that's gonna hurt because you got a lot of bones up there." And I was like, "Look, lady, I have bones everywhere. That's not to spook you, but there is a whole skeleton inside me." I had to fucking call my mom after I got that too, just to be like, "Yo, as it turns out, I'd honestly just be thrilled to be invited to the bridge my friends are jumping off." Thanks for having me, guys. Beats staying at home. Ooh, big fans of jumping off bridges back. What are you guys doing after this? Cool, I used to work in Horsham. I know all the best bridges. Alright. They say tattoos are addicting, so everyone's like, what do you want your next one to be? I'm a science guy. You guys know Schrodinger's cat?
Yes.
Weird reaction, like, I want that one, oh, but I don't, but I do, I don't know. This joke's not gonna work. If you're unfamiliar, Erwin Schrödinger, this is... We're doing a science lesson. He was a 19th century Austrian-Irish physicist who had a theory about cats that was fucked up. He was like, yo, if you put a cat in a box and then you slowly poison it, then until you open the box to check, that cat is both dead and alive. And he had a neighbor who was like, I just asked like how the weekend was, dude. I don't know, it's such a loaded question. Oh, so it sounds like pet sitting was a bad task to give him. Yeah, but it's weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you should get someone else's work tattooed on you, right? Like, it's kind of past the point to cancel Erwin Schrödinger, but like, I don't know. There's definitely a guy who got an R. Kelly tattoo in the 90s and was like, this is time. This tattoo will never go out of style. Now he's super pissed off and all those women are pissed on, dude. Okay, alright. I'm just saying, if that's what Erwin Schrödinger was saying about cats, I don't want to know how he treated women. Imagine like, did you just send me a dick pic? Well, not till you open it, silly. Alright, cool. You guys familiar with the 5 stages of grief? We a grieving crowd here? Yeah? Alright, cool. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. We're familiar. Do you think Batman knows about those? I was watching that new movie and I was like, I'm just imagining a high school age Bruce Wayne studying for a psychology test. He's like, denial, got it. Anger, I'm pretty sure we're done here, and that's where the grieving process ends, dude. I think I've earned myself a little study break. I'm gonna go throw knives at poor people. Alright, cool. This is a fun story. I came home from work the other day, and I saw my neighbor firing a crossbow from the front of his yard to a target in the back of his yard. And I was like, hey man, looks like you're having a fun day. And he looks at me and he's like, don't tell the missus. Whoa, alright, cool. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is the coolest guy ever, probably. Later in the night, I'm eating dinner, and I literally look at him like, oh, that dude's gonna kill his wife. And I saw her later in the week, and she was talking about this hunting trip they're going on. She's like, I'm so excited. I was like, oh my god, I gotta warn you. If you see a hippo, you can't outrun or else...